What's up, everybody? It's Why We Love Horror Trivia. We're doing some teams matches. We're just, we're keeping the content flowing, giving you 2 matches a week. This is going to be your first match of the evening. Teams, whatever. 2 teams down on their luck. But tonight, one team will get their first win. I guarantee it. Unless Richie decides another match where he goes 15 things into overtime and run out of questions again. The Black Sheep are here first. Richie, Malcolm, while, things might not be going your way teams-wise. Malcolm, you had a really good run in singles. Richie, you're always like a good player wherever you go. And you guys have a niche strength of just, Oceania movies, whether it's New Zealand or Australia. I think it's going to click eventually. How you guys feeling today?
You go, man.
I'm feeling good. It's always daunting playing Will and Jeremy because they're probably much better than us. But it's always fun playing in horror trivia anyway.
Yeah, I concur. But yeah, it's I do think we have like a good base of knowledge in terms of horror movies from our native our country. And yeah, I mean, hopefully that I have faith that will eventually pay off at some stage. Hopefully tonight we'll see that.
Well, your opponents, no slouches. The former singles champion, Jeremy Potters, and top 5 competitor in the league, Will Cohen. I don't know how you guys don't have a win in teams yet, but they're the Cinnabites. How's it going?
You see, John actually stole my bit because I was actually going to say this. I'm still going to say it because the bit's still solid. We're kind of bewildered by this ourselves. Jeremy is a former singles title holder here in the league.
Yeah, right.
John loves telling people that I'm a top 5, formerly top 3 competitor in this league. Fought almost fought for the belt if I wouldn't have screwed up too many questions. But yeah, you would think that our pedigree would combine and we would be a team to reckon with. And somehow we just keep shitting the bed. Like we keep Amber herding it the entire time. So at some point, one of these, as you put it, one of these teams has to, get their first win. I want to say it's going to be us. I've wanted to say it was us, going to be us 3 matches ago. So who the fuck knows? Jeremy, what do you have to say?
Yeah, so far, our pedigree has been like the dog food. It's not great, and it give you the runs. No, man, this is gonna be fun. These guys are fun. This is a great group. I want to win though. Like I really want to scratch this off. So yeah, let's do this.
Well, it's 3 rounds of horror trivia this evening in teams. The first round is always the whiteboard round. Prior to the match, both sides drafted 4 categories. I wrote 8 questions. I'll ask 8 1-point questions in the order those categories were drafted. All players have 15 seconds per question to write their answers down on the whiteboards. Then I'll call time. Pens will be put down. I'll call on the players one at a time to show me their answers and say their answers. Correct answers are worth 1 point. No penalty for incorrect answers. And if you get all 8 questions correctly, there is a bonus question. Any questions before we get started?
Good luck, guys.
Both sides 4 repeats and a challenge too, by the way. Your first question is in the category of Final Destination. Prior to her death on the uneven bars, on what other gymnastics apparatus do we see Candace practicing? So yeah, we see her warming up. Well, maybe she does a routine. Who knows? But she definitely does something before she goes on the uneven bars, and I want to know what that is. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Malcolm, where does she do?
I've already erased the answer I had because I thought it was wrong, and I didn't have time to write it down.
Will.
I can't remember what this thing is called, so I called it a hobby horse, like a dumbass.
Malcolm. I'm Richie. Sorry, Richie.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what the thing was called. I know what it is. Yeah, so I just had nothing, but I couldn't remember what it was called.
Jeremy.
I said balance beam.
She finishes her routine in the balance beam before she goes to the uneven bars. Hobby horse is the vault, I would say. But yeah, the balance beam is just the long skinny beam.
That's fine. That's fine.
The second category is comic book movie. What comic book movie features performances from Ian Holm, Robbie Coltrane, and Heather Graham? Yeah, there's quite a few horror comic book movies. It's always a fun category to have. You don't want to ask too many Blade or Hellboy questions. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Will.
Marilyn Manson on the soundtrack, which actually ended a date early for me. From Hell.
Richie.
Yeah.
I forget. I said Jonah Hex.
Jeremy.
Yeah, Manson has a habit of doing that. From Hell.
And Malcolm.
As soon as all said it, I knew I was wrong. Dark City.
From Hell is correct.
Good
Your
movie.
third question comes in
Very good movie.
radio silence. What aptly named song gets played via a record player when the game starts in Ready or Not? Somebody listening to PBS really loud? All right. 5, 4,
Repeat.
3. It's your first repeat for the Cinnabites. What aptly named song gets played via a record player when the game starts in Ready or Not? Someone definitely has a TV blasting at their house. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Richie, what do you got?
I can't remember. I'm gonna get you one way.
I'm gonna get you. All right, Jeremy.
So here I go again. Just throw it in.
Malcolm.
I'm most definitely wrong, but I put Ready for It by Taylor Swift.
And Will.
I couldn't remember if it was called Nowhere to Run or Nowhere to Hide, so I said Nowhere to Run. Nowhere to Run.
No, it's much more simple than that. It's just the hide and seek song. They play the hide and seek song, and it's like a whatever. That's what it's called.
Hold
Your fourth.
one moment.
Yes. We'll edit around this. You all set, Will?
Back, yeah.
Okay. Your fourth question is Christopher Landon. In Freaky, what kind of item is Ladola? I don't need like a long flowery answer. It's just a thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Jeremy.
With the dagger.
And Malcolm.
I put knife.
Will.
In parentheses, I put ancient, but yeah, knife.
And Richie.
I didn't have anything.
Knife or dagger is fine. I will accept all those answers. Your fifth question, Kyle Gallner. Who directed Jennifer's Body? Five, 4.
Repeat.
3. That's second the first repeat for the Black Sheep. Who directed Jennifer's Body?
Can I get a score check, please?
You guys are in the lead 5-1 at the moment.
Okay. That's what I had too. I just wanted to make sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back up to Malcolm.
Is it Diablo Cody?
She did write it. Will.
I mean, I could have sworn that Diablo Cody also directed it.
And Richie.
I put Diablo Cody as well.
And Jeremy.
I knew she didn't do it, so I wrote somebody else. Francis Lawrence.
Diablo Cody wrote it. Karen Kusama directed it.
That's it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right.
Moving on to the 1990s. Who plays Bill Gartley, the owner of the titular machine, in The Mangler? He does own the shop the Mangler is in, so he owns the Mangler. No challenges, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Will.
Clint Howard did a lot.
He did do a lot. Richie.
I don't know, Bill Paxton.
Jeremy.
Robert England.
And Malcolm.
Billy Zane.
Robert Englund plays him. That is correct. Moving on to Australian horror. And in a nice twist for our Southern Hemisphere buddies, I'm asking a question the opposite way. In which Australian state does the Babadook take place?
Totally fair. That is
Guess
totally
an
fair.
Guess an Australian state if you know them.
Oh, this is...
Well, let's see.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll start with Richie.
New South Wales.
And Jeremy.
Is it Queensland?
Got 2 states so far. Malcolm.
New South Wales.
And Will.
I just said Sydney. I had no idea.
It takes place in Adelaide, South Australia. Is where that takes place.
I'll be pissed if it was Queensland. That's where
I was trying to think about that too.
And in a brand new category, specifically with this match, genetically altered animals, what type of insects are attacking the characters in Stung? Not Sting. Stung. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll go to Jeremy.
Scorpions.
Malcolm.
I've got Hornets.
Will.
What a dumb answer. Hornets.
And Richie.
I put wasps.
They are wasps in Stung. That is correct.
Nice.
All right. So at the end of round 1, I have the Cinnabites in the lead, 6-2. Switch my markers out. I think this one's the one that works.
Hey, Jeremy, this is the best round one we've had.
That's a better
I think
one.
so.
All right.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to move on to round number 2, that being the wheel round. All 8 of those categories are on a wheel now. Players that are in the lead, that being the Cinnabites, can choose the order of play in this round. A team will spin. The wheel will land on something. They can take that category or spin again. Between those first 2 spins, they'll have to take a category. They'll get 5 2-point questions in that category. They do have the option to check down to multiple choice. That question then becomes worth 1 point. You got 15 seconds to answer those questions. I will offer you 2 repeats of the options if you want them for when multiple choice is given. Be careful, though. If at any time you give me an incorrect answer, your opponents can steal. So let's bring in the wheel. Categories on the wheel today: Final Destination franchise, comic book movies, radio silence directed, Christopher Landon directed, Kyle Gallner acted, the 1990s, Australian horror, and genetically altered animals. Cinnabites, do you want to spin first or defer?
You want to just let them go? See what they get rid of?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Black Sheep, here is your first spin. And you get Kyle Gallner. Do you want to take that or spin again?
No, it's not like out of our strengths. It's not like the strongest one on there, but like it's like I'm more confident than getting obviously one of theirs. So I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I'm happy taking it. It was like chances of us landing on another one of our strengths is like slim to none sometimes. So I'm happy taking this. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go. We'll take it.
All right, we're taking Kyle Gallner, and we're going to talk a little bit about an actor who's all over the place lately, and his name is Kyle Gallner. You guys ready for your first question?
Mm-hmm.
All right, your first question. What is the nickname given to the serial killer in Strange Darling?
I just watched this race on there.
I don't remember. Do you want to
I
go
reckon
multiple?
I could get on multiple choice.
Yeah.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice? Is it A, the Blue Widow, B, the Electric Lady, C, the Sad Girl, or D, the Iron Woman?
think that.
Was it something like the sad girl or something like that?
Went
5,
towards I Not Woman, but
4, 3.
I'll go Sad Girl, and then if it's wrong, it's wrong. See Sad Girl.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal, Cinnabites. Is it A, the Blue Widow, B, the Electric Lady, C, the Sad Girl, or D, the Iron Woman?
It's either A or B.
I had no context.
I've seen this
I have not seen
twice,
it.
and I should know this like cold.
Whichever one pops out the most, man, just go with it.
5.
She uses the taser a lot, so Electric Lady, final answer.
She is the Electric Lady. That is
That makes
correct.
sense.
All right, your second question. Who plays Matt's mother, Sarah, in The Haunting in Connecticut?
Have you seen this now?
I have not.
I have not seen these movies either, so I might get on multiple though. So we'll try for multiple
Yeah.
choices.
Okay. Is it A, Nancy Travis, B, Leah Thompson, C, Virginia Madsen, or D, Natasha Kinski?
I'm inclined to say maybe Leah Thompson, because I know she's been in a few other movies playing mothers, but I'm not 100% sure on that either.
5.
Yeah, let's go B, Leah Thompson.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Nancy Travis, B, Leah Thompson, C, Virginia Madsen, or D, Natasha Kinski?
At first, I thought it was Laura Linney, but then I realized it's Virginia Madsen. It's
If you're positive, go for it.
C. Final answer.
It is Virginia Madsen. That is correct.
Good shit, Jeremy.
Your third question. What is Needy's actual first name in Jennifer's Body?
I haven't seen this in a while. You know, off the top of your head, or
I don't. Yeah, multiple choice.
multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Anita, B, Bonita, C, Enid, or D, Nadia?
Just with the way the name is, I'm inclined to say maybe Anita, because Anita Needy makes sense to me.
Yeah. So A, Anita.
Anita, yeah.
A, Anita. Final answer.
Her name is Anita. That is correct.
Nice.
Your penultimate question. Who directed both Smile and Smile 2?
Oh man, I should.
That's Parker Finn, isn't it?
But say that again.
Parker Finn.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Parker Finn, final answer.
That's his name, Parker Finn.
Yeah.
Good pull.
He makes terrible movies.
Hey, those are good.
Hey,
I like
hey.
And your final question. What U.S. state serves as the setting for The Passenger?
Don't even know. I'm not even sure.
We've got
Confusing.
a 1 in 50 chance of getting it right. Do you want to narrow it down to 1 in 4?
Yes. Let's multiple choice.
Is it A, Texas, B, Oklahoma, C, Louisiana, or D, Alabama?
So one in the red state.
Was it Oklahoma?
5.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. Let's go there.
Oklahoma, final answer.
It is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Texas, B, Oklahoma, C, Louisiana, or D, Alabama?
What did they say? Will I couldn't.
They said Oklahoma.
I don't know. They're all probably awful. It's the South. Louisiana.
4.
Louisiana, final answer.
It takes place in Louisiana. That's correct.
That's perfect.
All right. At the end of that part of the round, Cinnabites retaining the lead 9-5. We'll bring the wheel back in. Drop that down. Bring the wheel back in. Here's your first spin. And you get genetically altered animals. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
You want to do it?
Are you comfortable in this, or do you want to spin again? Because
I mean,
here's my thing here, Jeremy. If we get 7 points, we get a knockout.
I know.
Do you want to run the risk, or do you just want to have some fun?
Screw it. We made him do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we get.
You want to spin again?
Yeah.
Spin again?
Spin again.
All right. Category you must take. Australian horror.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right. We're talking about Australian horror. Hopefully you watched them. Here we go. Who plays movie director Hilary Jacobs in Cut?
I take it this is not one of the ones you watched.
Nope.
Okay, multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Jessica Napier, B, Kylie Minogue, C, Molly Ringwald, or D, Sarah Kantz?
Is it Molly Ringwald?
Could it be?
I know she did something not that long ago. I don't know how old this movie is.
Do you want to just say that?
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald.
Final
Final
answer.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Jessica Napier, B, Kylie Minogue, C, Molly Ringwald, or D, Sarah Kantz?
I feel if it was Kylie Minogue, it would be more familiar to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Sarah Kant, I don't know. I'm tempted to go to A, but for no particular reason. I'm just ruling out the other ones.
I will trust you on this. I've got no idea what the movie is.
A, final answer.
Also incorrect. It is Kylie Minogue.
All right.
Kylie
I
Minogue.
almost said that too.
Evil Los Biodome, bitches.
Your second question, rather. What European country are the couple backpacking at the beginning of Wolf Creek 2 from?
Oh no. A part of me wants to say, a part of me thinks Amsterdam, but I'm not 100% sure at all.
So the Netherlands, then? You want to say the Netherlands?
Let's just go multiple.
Multiple choice.
A, Italy, B, Ireland, C, Spain, or D, Germany?
This is why you don't trust my gut on things. I'm thinking either Ireland or Germany.
5, 4.
I'm good with Ireland, yeah.
Ireland, final answer.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Italy, B, Ireland, C, Spain, or D, Germany?
My mind was going to Germany, so let's go D, Germany, final answer.
That is correct. He calls them Nazis and all kinds of stuff. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun xenophobia in the beginning of Wolf Creek 2. All right. Your third question. Who directed 1984's Razorback and would later go on to direct Resident Evil Extinction?
Who is that?
I might
know it on multiple.
Okay, let's go multiple.
Is it A, Russell Mulcahy, B, Chris Roach, C, Carl Zwicky, or D, Richard Franklin?
Which one's which? Oh, I want.
Which one are you thinking?
Chris Roach.
That stood out to me too.
5, 4.
B, Chris Roach, final answer.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Russell Mulcahy, B, Chris Roach, C, Carl Zwicky, or D, Richard Franklin?
Mine's going to A, but
yeah, that's the one I was thinking too. I don't recognise the other ones as being a Resident Evil director.
yeah, A, Russell Mulcahy.
It is Russell Mulcahy. That is correct.
Yeah.
Your penultimate question. What does Barry do for a living in Wormwood?
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. Multiple choice.
It's misspelled.
Is it A, lumberjack, B, mechanic, C, geologist, or D, tour guide?
I have no context for it, so whichever one
Geologist?
leaps out at you. Sure.
Geologist, final answer.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, lumberjack, B, mechanic, C, geologist, or D, tour guide?
I mean, my mind's going to either tour guide, geologist, because that's where it's at. I think I'll pump for C. Yeah. C, geologist.
That's what they said. But the answer is B, mechanic. He's a
Oh, my
mechanic.
bad. Sorry.
That's great multiple choices though.
Yeah. Your final question in Australian horror. How did Mia's mother die in Talk to Me?
I haven't got to this yet. It's on the list.
No.
Is it like suicide,
I don't.
cancer, a stroke?
Maybe something multiple choice.
A, car accident. B, hung herself. C, overdose. Or D, jumped off a bridge.
Is it overdose?
5, 4.
Repeat the options.
That's your first repeat of the options. A, car accident. B, hung herself. C, overdose. Or D, jumped off a bridge.
I think it may have been an overdose. I vaguely remember something like that.
5, 4.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I don't know.
Overdose, final answer.
On sleeping pills. That is correct. Overdose.
Hey. Yay, drugs.
It was accident. It was an accident. It wasn't a suicide.
Yeah.
But that at the end of round number 2, Black Sheep closing that gap. We're at 10-7 now. So we will have a round 3. Talking about the synopsis round. Before the match, both sides chose 3 general horror categories or a pool. The side that is trailing will choose a category from that pool. They'll get a 2-point synopsis read from that category. They'll have 15 seconds to identify the movie I described. Then play will continue. Both sides are going to get a 2, 3, or 5, and they'll proceed through those questions. But if at any point the lead switches or a tie happens, control switches, and the other team will pick from the remaining categories. Play ends when I've either read 6 synopses or one side's mathematically unable to catch up. So we're going into round number 3, and the Black Sheep can choose from these categories. We got the 1990s, the 2010s, the 2020s, horror comedies, slashers, and vampires and werewolves. What would you like a 2-point synopsis in?
You go first, Matt. What would you?
Let's go 2020s.
2020s, and you guys can collaborate on all the answers, but your 2020 2-pointer is this. Nothing is what it seems when a twisted one-night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. Name that movie.
I don't recognize this movie, do you?
5, 4,
No.
2.
Freaky.
That is your second repeat. Nothing is what it seems when a twisted one-night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. Name that movie.
I don't know if this would be considered horror, but is it Gunpowder Milkshake?
Have you seen Fresh? Is it Fresh? Fresh. Fresh.
That is incorrect. We did just talk about it. This is Strange Darling. That is.
Oh yeah.
So you're still in control here. Let me erase 2020s from the pool. But the categories you could pick from now, we got the 1990s, the 2010s, horror comedies, slashers, vampires, and werewolves. What do you want for a 3-pointer?
Should we go horror comedies?
Yeah.
Horror comedies.
Horror comedies for 3. Venomous spiders get exposed to a noxious chemical that causes them to grow to monumental proportions. Name that.
Eight-legged freaks.
Yeah, I'm thinking it is that. It's either that or Sting, but I think it's Eight-Legged Freaks.
Right. Eight-legged freaks. Final answer.
That is correct for 3 points. Tying the game, we're going to go over to the Cinnabites. Let me remove horror comedies from the pool, but you will choose from the 1990s, the 2010s, slashers, vampires, and werewolves. What would you like for your 2-pointer?
You want to do 2010s?
I was thinking the 2010s are vampires and werewolves.
I think like they might like their best one left would probably be 2010s.
Okay, then let's take 2010s.
All right. For 2. A lady befriends a group of teenagers and lets them party at her house. When the kids think their luck couldn't improve, events happen that make them question their host's intentions.
Ma. M-A, Ma. Final answer.
Thank you for spelling it. That is correct.
All
All right, we're going to go back over to the Black Sheep for their 5-pointer. Categories you can choose from that are remaining. We got the 90s, slashers, and vampires and werewolves. What would you like to choose?
It's
Do you
more
want to go
appealing.
90s? Do you want to go 90s?
I was thinking 90s. Yeah, so let's go 90s.
The 1990s for 5. Bert has a cleaning company and hires 4 women to clean an isolated house where they find a book and a dagger. When one of them reads an incantation, she unleashes an evil beast. Name that movie.
It sounds familiar, but I don't.
5, 4, 3.
The repeat left.
You got repeats.
Yeah, let's.
And you still have one. That's your 3rd repeat. You have one more. Bert has a cleaning company and hires 4 women to clean an isolated house where they find a book and a dagger. When one of them reads an incantation, she unleashes an evil beast. Name that movie. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
That's your last repeat. Bert has a cleaning company and hires 4 women to clean an isolated house where they find a book and a dagger. When one of them reads an incantation, she unleashes an evil beast. Name that movie. 5, 4, 3.
Silver bullet. I don't know.
And
Not
your
possible. Okay,
winners,
the answer's
the
silver.
Cinnabites. That is Evil Tunes. Evil Tunes.
Okay.
Name of
Wouldn't know,
that.
yeah.
You'd recognize the box art, I guess, if you saw it. With that being said, we'll go to post-match interviews, drop the winners backstage, talk to the Black Sheep. Guys, they spun Australia. They got greedy. They spun Australian horror, and they let you close the gaps. You had a shot. How you feeling?
Yeah, well, I'm happy we closed the gap. Yeah, and like, I don't know, I was, it's one of those things where I feel like we could, there is opportunity to get a win there at some point. I think Australian horror is bad, or New Zealand horror. We probably should have put New Zealand horror on the board as well at some point. But yeah, look, this the formidable team. Just there's a couple of answers there that I knew, that I second guessed myself as well. I could have gotten, but I think it's probably our best match that we've had. So and then gone to the round, gone to the last round. So yeah, no, I thought this was fun.
Malcolm?
Yeah, I mean, this is synopsis round always gets us because a lot of times like it sounds like something that we've seen, but then it's either we go for something else or it's not something we know. Yeah.
Understandable. I mean, we have a limited number of teams here, so we will definitely see you back again. Hopefully, we get some new blood in here to play you. Anybody you're looking to play you haven't played yet?
All right, maybe. I mean, just whoever wants to play against. I know. I know the champions, or whoever, but eventually, eventually at some point, I want to face JPO on here.
We could probably make that JPO thing happen. We'll definitely have that happen soon. All right, but it's always a pleasure having you guys, and we'll see you both soon. We drop you backstage, bring in today's winners, the Cinnabites. You guys did it. You finally did it. Hooray! Maybe not the way you wanted to do it, but you did it. How you feeling?
Your wheel is an absolute rat bastard. Like, I just want to say it. Like, but we did get greedy. That was great. No, they played good. Like, round one was the difference, really. I mean, most people don't hit 5-point synopsis anyway. So, like, that's tough no matter what the situation. But they played good, and that was a lot of fun. Like, those are great questions. That's my favorite thing about playing in this league is just hearing all the insane shit that you come up with. Like, honestly. So, but yeah, no, always a fun time. I'm glad we got a win. I want to see them get a win. I'm rooting for them every time they go out.
We'll see what we can do. I can maybe make that happen eventually. Will, how you feeling?
Honestly, I actually feel better about this win than I did the last time I faced Richie because he lost by a consonant. And I'm sure like he has still never forgotten that because I still have never forgotten that. Like my record is what it is right now because he lost by a fucking consonant. I always feel bad about that. But at least this feels like a more honest win, especially when we spun their strength and they only got one steal off of us. Or maybe they got 2 steals off of us. But either way, we still had such a commanding lead going in, to that second wheel spin that though we had some errors, we still were able to get this. This wasn't a TKO. It wasn't a KO. But all we had to do was just answer 1 2-point question, which I knew immediately, which is the first time I've ever known a synopsis immediately. So I feel good about that.
All right, well, you guys are on the winning track now. Anybody you guys are looking to play?
I ain't calling anyone out.
Like, obviously, like, not in the position they're in. It would be fun someday to play Jake and Abby. That would be a blast. They're way too good. But I would take a fun ass kicking over a sad win any day.
Actually, I take it back. There's one team I do want to play. I don't know if JPO's team is still actually a team, but I want his team because I want to replay them. I want that win back because I can't even remember why. Like, I can't remember like what it was about that caused us to lose. I think if we actually study like we did this time, then we can actually win. So
they do have a match coming up. I imagine whoever doesn't come out on top of that match will probably be around your area.
The Canadians, bring me Jack Pinchuk.
You want Jack and Ryko? All right, we can definitely make that happen.
Yeah.
Hope you like pre-code horror.
Jeremy, shut up.
On
Did you pre-code horror? Bring it on.
I'll drop you guys back. We'll figure this all out. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror and go on over to the Letterboxd challenge right over here at this website. Schedule here is always the same now. We got my daughter and her friends doing videos on Sundays. It's crazy. Everyone loves it. Why Liv loves horror is that. And then you just saw Will, and he and I do a show that, we watch it. If you would watch it too, we'd love it. It's called Versus, and it drops on Mondays. Aaron's doing his show, Aaron Unwinds, on Wednesdays. Why We Love Horror on Thursdays, and Why We Love Horror Trivia on Friday. You're watching it right now. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next week.
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you!